The Rickey Smiley Morning Show.
It's the front page news.
It's what's trending now.
All right, y'all, Rickey Smiley Morning Show. This thing was being brought to you by My Computer Career. That's right. If you don't absolutely love what you do, make sure you go to mycomputercareer.edu and take the free career evaluation today and become an information technology professional in as little as 4 months. That's mycomputercareer.edu. All right, ladies and gentlemen, listen, man, you know her from her iconic role as Maxine Shaw on Living Single. Hey, listen, ladies and gentlemen, and she is the co-founder of Color Farm Media. Please welcome Erika Alexander to the show.
How are you? Thank you. Thanks for the invite. So glad to see y'all. Good morning.
Thank you for coming on. Happy to have you.
Yes, sir. It's my pleasure. I was hyped about this one. I'm like, what's going on there? I made the cut.
Well, this is really special this morning because memorial ceremonies honoring the life and legacy of Congressman John Lewis and his tireless dedication to civil rights in this country continue on today. And your specific media company recently released a documentary entitled John Lewis, Good Trouble. And the timing could not be more appropriate, Erika. Please tell us about the film and how it came about.
Well, you know, I campaigned with the congressman in 2016, Diana Presley and Stacey Abrams. There's Stacey Abrams there, and it was like a dream team. We did it with John Lewis in Atlanta, and I had the privilege to travel around Georgia, learn from John Lewis. We call it How to Be Young, Gifted, and Black in the South in American Politics, and he was such a wonderful teacher. He was a very patient host. He was a gentleman. He was OG, opened up the doors, helped us up the steps. So it was really cool. His Constituent Services representative is my friend, and she knew I'd started Color Farm Media production company with my partner, Ben Arnon, and wanted me to help out on a project. And so I said, sure, I'll do whatever I can. Turns out that project needed a director, Dawn Porter, who did Bobby Kennedy for President, with her producing partner, Laura Michael Chisholm. We talked to them, and they said, you know what, we're working on our own John Lewis documentary. So we said, well, why don't we, hook up and do it together? And believe it or not, people say black people don't work together, but it happens all the time. So we decided to collaborate, and this film is the result that came out of it. And so I'm really happy that it happened, and so blessed to have been a part of his life in this way.
I know, and we're happy that it happened too, girl. So while working on the film, what was the one thing that you were surprised to learn about Congressman Lewis?
Hey, love. How you doing, love? You know what? I think I was surprised to find out how young he was when he started to do this. He was very young.
Right.
We don't think of them as young, but they all were. He was 17 when he wrote Martin Luther King and asked him to join a class action suit because he was being discriminated against. He couldn't get into the university of his choice. He decided not to do that, although when Martin Luther King, his answer was that he sent John Lewis a bus ticket, and John Lewis showed up, and he came in the room, and Martin Luther King said, "Is that the boy from Troy?" And he said, Reverend King, I am John Robert Lewis. And that's how they met. He went on at 19 to start with SNCC and the Freedom Riders and go down there to desegregate the lunch counters in Tennessee and Memphis. And then by 23, he was the youngest speaker at the March on Washington. So just so you know, they were very strategic. They taught themselves. They planned this. Reverend James Lawson, who still teaches nonviolence philosophy here in Los Angeles, he was training them, all of them, but they were all very young. So the fact that we got to see him grow up and get old and even pass away was a very subversive move for people who, many of them, didn't live past 40.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
Wow. So what does his legacy represent to you, Erika?
Love, I think that, for one thing, I want to give my condolences to all of y'all because he was all of ours. And we're going to all miss him. What it represents to me is that it shows that how wonderful and great black people are. Because Good Trouble is the act of living an example of courage and faith through right action. He famously says it is, if you see something that's wrong or not fair, not right, you must do something, say something, speak up, get into trouble, good trouble. And he called it necessary trouble. So we're blessed to have been able to hear him talk and tell his story in his own words. But, there were a lot of people who wanted to participate in that documentary. He's very loved and respected. He's one of America's greatest heroes, and I think we should all see him as one of our founding fathers of America.
Yes.
Absolutely. And you know what, Erika, a lot of people might not know, but you have been on the front lines of politics and civil rights and trying to make this work. I've sat in meetings with you and Michael Skolnick. So where can people follow you? Because you have the information.
I didn't know
what's going on.
Erika, I didn't know. I'm just like, this Maxine.
I know
This
Erika
Maxine
Alexander. I've done surrogate work with her for Bernie Sanders, for Hillary Clinton. Erika does not play. She's the first at the meeting and the last one to leave. So how can people find you to check out what's going on?
Well, you should, I'm at Erika Alexander. It's great on Instagram and, E-Alex. Great on Twitter. But you should know, thank you for saying that, too. It's a wonderful compliment. I appreciate that. And it's all right, Brad. You didn't know it.
We're so proud of you, though. I'm so proud of you, though. Like, oh, my God.
No,
like, okay.
Thank you.
Some people
Thank
go
you.
on and
You know
they
what
just
it is?
chill and they live off of being who their personality was or their character was. But you've moved on to do amazing things. And this John Lewis tribute, I cannot wait to see it. You made me want to know more and more and more.
Please, no, thank you. I appreciate it. Listen, I want to let your audience know that my company, Color Farm Media, which y'all mentioned, has partnered with Google on a Google News initiative. So it's like a fully remote 8-week boot camp, and there's training 24 teams of news entrepreneurs. So if you're interested in starting a news business, you go to Color Farm Media and click on the Google Startups Lab and apply, because this is the thing. It's exactly what you said, is that we don't have enough news in our solid coverage, like in regional, south, rural, all that. And so I think the lack of news contributed to the real, danger in this country is misinformation. So they're trying to make sure that people feel that they can be part of the news collection and make newsrooms about whatever they want. So that's what I'm trying to do right now with Color Farm Media. But I was blessed that once I showed up, people took me seriously as a surrogate. I learned the issues. I didn't just go there to pair to do a photo op. And more importantly, once I finished the candidate in an initiative or whatever, I showed up, people would invite me back. Reverend Horace Sheffield of Detroit would invite me back. Might invite me back. I'd speak to people about suicide. I go there to learn and be of service. And it's very difficult for many of these organizations. Don't have money. They need celebrity interaction to get their word out. So I try to be helpful where I can, because that's how I think you should live your life. You can't always give back money. And if there were times where I didn't have that kind of dose, but I always donated my time, and my contribution to that was real. So it built up, I think, a frame of mind that people could depend on me. So that's how
thank you, Erika, girl. You holding it down. You know what I'm saying?
We are.
Thank you.
We are
Thank you, love. Thank you, Brad.
Yeah, we are so proud of you, and make sure y'all watch John Lewis, Good Trouble. Erika Alexander, thank you so much for your hard work, and we appreciate you calling in this morning.
They can go to www.johnlewisgoodtrouble.com and it'll link them right to where they can see it. And thank you, Rickey, for giving me this opportunity, and all of us the opportunity to get in good trouble with you. You getting a lot of good trouble. And my best to your daughter.
He does.
My best to your daughter. I heard about what happened to her. My heart's with you, and I'm so I so love what you do and what y'all represent for the community and the nation. Thank you.
Hey, Erika, thank you so much. That means a lot. I really appreciate you. We love you, and we're going to definitely be supporting you. Ladies and gentlemen, y'all give it up and show your love for Erika Alexander.